Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today, I wanted to talk about video games and, people's, reactions and opinions about how video games can be a waste of a person's time. I personally believe that video games are just like anything else. Certain people, aren't always going to get the same thing out of something, One person may love playing video games and another person may get the exact same type of enjoyment out of traveling because both of those cost a lot of money and they consume a lot of your time, Traveling is very expensive. Video games are very expensive depending on how many video games you're buying, if you're upgrading your console, how much time you're investing. Playing video games online is not free, so you have to pay for that every month. Traveling is also very expensive. You have to pay for hotels, you have to pay for food, depending on who you know where you're traveling. Maybe you can stay there for free, but you have to pay for stuff. Usually people buy stuff when they're on vacation, so traveling. So, there's things in this world that people do that other people don't understand. And, just because you personally don't like video games, I don't understand why you would call that a waste of time. Granted, I can understand why you would call it a waste of time for yourself. But to call it a waste of time for everyone else just because you personally don't enjoy playing video games, I don't understand that line of logic. There are so many people that will tell you how much video games literally save their life. They literally help them. I have a friend and he is borderline autistic, very high on the spectrum. And he told me that video games literally taught him how to talk to people. They taught him how to have conversations with people. And it really helped his social skills playing video games. Because you listen to dialogue, you listen to how people talk to each other. You literally study communication. And video games also help memory. They help people remember things. They help video game people talk about how video games will help, their fucking hand-eye coordination, whatever the fuck it's called. There's so many different types of video games out there as well. There's a lot of different types of video games. And, I just don't understand why people shit all over video games and call it a waste of time. Because, fuck, I could use the exact... See, I already made a topic about this. People don't like it when you use their same logic against them. I could sit here, people that love to travel that shit on video games, I'm just using that as an example. I could sit here and talk shit and talk about all kinds of reasons why traveling is a waste of time and it's a waste of money, you could use... See, when I get really passionate, I fucking stutter, so don't mind that. But I could use the same logic against you. I could use the same logic against anyone. Anyone could talk shit about someone else's hobby, But, video games seem to get a lot of bad rap, especially when I was growing up, about how they're violent and how they, a kid plays GTA and then it makes them suddenly want to shoot up a school or hurt people or kill people. When it's been literally proven and studied for a very long time that video games do not cause people to commit violence. That person was already fucked up before they ever played a video game. And it's been literally proven not to cause violence. So a lot of people like to blame video games on their children's behavior and what their children do because they don't want to take advantage and be in their child's life and have anything to do with the outcome of their child. And it's really just an excuse when it comes to that. But when people talk shit about video games, or this is about video games, but, you can use this technique on anyone, really. If they, I'll just use video games for an example. If they talk shit about video games, I'll literally try to figure out what hobbies they like or what they enjoy to do. And I'll literally tell them that that's a waste of time as well. Because if they say video games are a waste of time, and again, you can really use people's own logic against them, because if you enjoy yourself, if you enjoy a hobby, regardless if it's free or if it costs money and you can afford it, who gives a fuck, Everyone's always going to get made fun of for the things that they enjoy, People love certain types of music, I remember when I was growing up, it was considered to be weird to like metal music. It was considered to be weird to like dress gothic, and fuck, now that's in style, it seems, But like people are always going to get made fun of for the shit they like, and people are always going to talk shit about like the things you like and call them stupid and a waste of time. But I particularly was talking about video games because I grew up playing video games my whole life, and people really never said that to me, because I talked to other gamers, but, people have definitely said that throughout my life, and, I'll just fucking rip them apart and figure out what they like and then attack that because it's fucking retarded to say video games are a waste of time. You can literally say anything's a waste of time. It depends on your perspective. Anyways, thank you for listening to this episode of the Morris October Rants. I enjoyed making this one. I really wanted to get this information out there, how I feel about this topic. Thank you for listening. And always have a good one and take care of yourselves and each other. I went Jerry Springer on your ass. Goodbye.